Chassidic gems on Parshas Vayigash. It says in the Torah, Vayigash Elav Yehuda. Yehuda approached him. Who's him? Yosef, the harsh ruler of Egypt. They're going to have a final countdown between the two of them. Vayigash Elav Yehuda. Yehuda approached Yosef, the harsh ruler. That's the simple. The Chassidic Torah tell us the approach that every Yid should have to Hashem. Vayigash Elov, what's the proper approach to him, to Hashem? What's the proper approach? That Yehuda, no matter what happens in life, ups and downs, tzaras, whatever happens in life, I am a Yehuda. I am still a Jew. I'm not giving up my Amunah b'Hashem, no matter what happens. That should be the approach of every Yid to Hashem. Continuing with Chassidic gems on Parshas Vayigash, as Yehuda is telling Yosef the whole story, and about that Yaakov Avinu asked the brothers, Shuvu Shivru Lonu Ma'at Oichel. Go get us some food. We have no food here. Go down to Mitzrayim and get us food. That's the simple. The Chassidic Torah are telling us here the dietetic pshat. You know, when a person fills himself up and overeats and is obese, he gets to be sluggish. He can't serve Hashem. So the pasuk says here, Shuvu shivru lanu ma'at oichel. By breaking the temptation for eating, by only eating ma'at ochel, a person is mesugal, it's easier for a person to do tshuva, shuvu. With ma'at oichel, with less food, shuvu, it's possible to do tshuva. A person wouldn't be sluggish. He would be able to function properly. Continuing with Chassidic gems on Parshas Vayigash. So finally, the pasuk says, "Ve'einchem al toches al klechem." The pasuk says that Paro sent wagons to bring Yaakov and his family to Mitzrayim, to Yosef. So in the process, Paro says, Ve'einchem al toches al klechem. Your eyes should not have rachmanis on your vessels. We're sending you wagons. Don't bother to take all your vessels, all your pots and pans. Don't bother. Klechem means vessels. Don't have rachmanis on your vessels. Just leave it there. You come back to Mitzrayim, we'll give you new, fresh, brand new kalim. Don't have rachmanis on your klechem, on your vessels. That's the simple. The Chassidic Torah say, which vessels are we talking about here? We're talking about the body of the person. A person can work out 24 hours a day. The guf, the body, is only a vessel for the neshama. So don't work so hard. Einchem al toches al klechem. Don't have rachmanis on your vessels, on your guf, as much as you should have rachmanis on your neshama. You put all your effort to have a good guf, which is good, which is important, but don't put all your effort into that. The main thing, The guf, the body, is only a vessel, a kli for the neshama. That's the main part of the person. Continuing with Chassidic gems, now we have the greatest classic, the greatest Chassidic classic of the week, anyway. So Yosef told the brothers when they were leaving, Al tirgezu baderech, don't argue on the way. Don't argue on the way home. They were going back to bring Yaakov Avinu. Don't argue on the way. And Rashi brings down that Yosef thought that, they would accuse each other. It was your fault that we sold Yosef. It was your fault. They would quarrel between themselves. Whose fault it was? It was your fault. We shouldn't have listened. That's the simple. The Chassidic Terelach are telling us like this. There's Chassidic derech, there's a Litvish derech, there's all kind of different drochim derech to serve Hashem. Don't argue about which derech is correct if somebody else has a different derech than you in serving Hashem, a different way of serving Hashem. Don't argue with him, because Elu ve'elu divrei Elokim chayim. Each derech has its own merits, and Elu ve'elu divrei Elokim chayim. Now we have another Chassidic gem, the last one of the day, and this is one that I was zeicha to hear from the Klosenberger Rebbe many, many, many years ago. The father of the Rebbes, the two Klosenberger Rebbes that are alive today, the father. I used to live in Brownsville, and I would walk. I would like to walk toward the end of Shabbos, Shalashudas time, from Brownsville to Williamsburg. That's where they were all. And I happened to chance into the Bes Medrash of the Klosenberger Rebbe in Williamsburg. And they were having Shalashudas in the dark. And the Rebbe was saying Musa. And I remember the Musa, he was saying Anushim, Venushim, and the trolley cars, men and women together in trolley cars. That's what I remember him saying. But I remember he said a vort then, which is on this week's Parsha, on Parshas Vayigash. It says that before Yaakov came back down to Mitzrayim, it says he sent Yehuda, l'saken loy beis ha-Talmud, Rashi says, to build him a Beis Medrash. Yaakov sent Yehuda to go down to Mitzrayim before Yaakov comes to establish a Beis Medrash. That's the simple. The Chassidic Terelach, the Klosenberger Rebbe, asked the question, why did Yaakov have to send Yehuda to build a Beis Medrash? He could have sent word to Yosef, the leader, the Moshel B'chol Eretz Mitzrayim, who would surely have built a Beis Medrash for him of gold and silver. What did he have to send Yehuda for? And this I heard from the Klosenberger Rebbe. If a Beis Medrash of gold and silver, people will be afraid to sit down on it. They might make it schmutzig. They might make it dirty. He sent Yehuda to build a Beis Medrash, a shtibala, a schmutzig shtibala, a dirty, nobody will be afraid to make it dirty. That's what I heard from the Klosenberger Rebbe. Okay, Sikum, just to say the few hashkafas that we learned from the Chassidic gems, that our approach to Hashem should be, Ribono Shel Olam, whatever happens, no matter what happens, I'm a Jew. I believe nothing is going to shake me from that. That's what our approach should be. We learned the dietetic pshat that eating too much is not good for the neshama, not only for the body. And by limiting the food that we eat, it would make it more misugal, more possible for us to do tshuva. We also learned that don't concentrate, we have to take care of our bodies, but don't concentrate and put all our efforts in the bodies. The body is only a clay, it's only a vessel for the neshama. The neshama is the most important part of us, of our being. We also learned, don't put down somebody who has a different derech than you, different derech in Sefer Hashem, a different way. Because Elu ve'elu divrei Elokim Chaim, there are many different harbei derochim lamokim, there are many ways to serve Hashem, and Elu ve'elu divrei Elokim Chaim. All of them have their merit. And we also learned that don't have to have a beis medrash made of gold and silver. We have to make a beis medrash that people will use, and not be afraid they're going to dirty it. Hashem should help us. We should be zeicha to fulfill all these wonderful hashkafas of the Torah, and in that schus we'll be zeicha to our Ramas Karen HaTorah, we'll be as Geld Tzedek.